Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the tips and tricks you need to know when moving to a new apartment in a new city and you can't get an in-person apartment tour. The coronavirus has literally stopped all in-person apartment tours, so it made it very, very difficult for us to find an apartment that we were absolutely in love with and we were 100% sure with. But we were able to find an apartment that we love and we're actually in it right now, so that's super exciting. And I wanted to come on here and basically share with you guys some of the best approaches that we used in order to find our apartment. And hopefully that helps ease some of the stress and anxiety that you might be feeling if your lease is up and you're trying to look for a new apartment in a new city, or if you're moving across country and you really don't know what to do. I hope that this can be a resource for you and it makes your apartment hunting search a lot easier. So without further ado, let's get into the tips as told by Dom. Tip number 1. Make sure you make a list of questions you would like to know about the apartment and make a list about the items that you would like inside of your apartment. These are questions that you can email or ask the property manager when you are on video call with them. This is extremely important because most of the questions or things that might naturally come up during a tour won't happen. You have to be proactive in knowing the important questions that you want to ask the property manager or leasing person. For us, we wanted to know questions like, are the utilities individually metered or are they divided amongst everyone inside the apartment complex? We also wanted to know how many floors were in the apartment because they can say, oh yeah, you're on the 6th floor, but there's 12 floors and you're right in the middle when you want to be on the top floor. And the last one with an item that we wanted in our apartment, we wanted to make sure that our apartment had washer and dryers in unit. And sometimes property managers and leasing office people, they like to omit that from the conversation. So you have to make sure that you ask those important questions about things that you would really like. After you do your extensive research and you figure out the places and areas that you would like to live in and the apartment complexes that you want to live in, narrow down that search to around 5 or 8 apartments. This will basically come in handy in later tips, but this will just help you have some self-control and not make a list of 40 apartments that you are going to be looking at. And honestly, it just makes the whole apartment hunting search and the whole apartment hunting process just so much easier. So do it for yourself and make a list of 5 to 8. Always, 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 every day, make sure that you check the rent prices and specials on the apartment. If you're using a third-party website like apartments.com or something like that, I would check apartments.com or the third-party website and then also the apartment complex actual website. And this is basically because rent prices and some of the specials can vary between the third parties, and rent prices are usually between like $40 and $100 when you're checking between the third party and the actual website. And also, sometimes the apartment is not even there anymore. So it's something that you have to always keep in mind and make sure that you're referencing it every day or every couple days. I would be doing this probably a month and a half before you're ready to actually sign a reservation. This way you have enough time to kind of figure out what are the best specials for you and where you can actually see yourself living. This is why I asked you guys to make that list of 5 to 8 because it makes this process a lot less overwhelming. Also, pro tip, when you guys are finally making that phone call and you're calling that property manager to do a virtual tour or something like that, ask about the specials then. This is because sometimes the specials can be even better than what you saw online. Tip number 4, concessions can be your best friend. So if an apartment offers, let's say, 1 month concession, right? That basically means that they're giving you 1 month off. You can ask that leasing office person or the apartment complex if you can take that concession and basically spread it out between your entire lease. So let's say that your apartment is $1,800 and they give you 1 month concession. 1,800 divided by 12, which is like a 12-month lease, so 1 year lease or whatever, would be $150 off every single month if you're able to spread it out between every single one of those months. That just means you'd be paying $1,650 every month for that whole year. However, the con that you have to remember is that the renewal price at the end of your leasing term will always be based off of your base rent. And that is the initial rent that you paid in the very beginning, which is $1,800. It won't be based off the concession, and you won't probably get that concession during your renewal. So that is something to think about, and honestly, you could just end up moving and go somewhere else. Just because it's lower for that whole year doesn't mean it's going to be lower for years to come. Since you won't be able to get to your apartment, or you won't be able to get that initial shock value or feeling when you drive up to your apartment tour, we recommend two things. First, if it's right next to your apartment or where you're currently living, you could just hop in your car and then just drive around the property and see what it looks like and how close your apartment is to other things and all that jazz. The second one is the best tool of all, Google Maps Street View. You can literally go on Google Maps, type in your apartment complex, click on it, and then you can see the area and the proximity your apartment is to other locations and other places that you want to know, like grocery shopping, metro station, highway, and all that stuff. So it is really, really important, and it's really awesome that Google even has this feature. We fell into the trap of signing a reservation on an apartment that looked amazing in the photos. However, we decided when we were going grocery shopping that we were just gonna like whip on by and see what the apartment looked like and where it was, and it was literally in the middle of nowhere. So I truly recommend from the bottom of my heart that you use either Google Maps Street View or you just drive by if it's close to your house. So the last and final tip that I have for you guys is always ask for videos and photos of the apartment. This is because while FaceTime tours and WhatsApp tours are fantastic, they will leave your memory and you will forget. Unless you have like photographic memory, you're not gonna remember how you felt when you were looking at the apartment or what the apartment actually looked like when it's time for you to make those decisions. So always ask for pictures, always ask for videos, so that when you're finally making your last decision, you can just compare everything together and watch the videos or look at the photos over and over again until you feel like you've made the right choice. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope that this video really helped you and gave you some valuable tips and tricks on apartment hunting when you can't get an in-person tour. I hope that this relieves some of the stress and anxiety that you guys might be feeling during these times with apartment hunting. So if you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you guys will be the first people to see my apartment vlog, which I'm really excited to get out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.